Ready to dive into 7 of the most thrilling, mind-blowing, and action-packed manhwa you need to read? Trust me, these stories will keep you hooked from the start, and you won't want to miss a second. Stay tuned as we break down these epic manhwa in less than a minute each. Hit that like button, and let's get into it. From a street-smart underdog to a regressor with a poker face, these 7 manhwa are packed with everything you crave. Action, mystery, and unforgettable twists. Let's kick it off with Murim Logan. Taekyung, an F-rank hunter, has hit rock bottom. Fired from his job and struggling to support his family, he feels like his life is crumbling around him. One night, while walking home under the dim streetlights, Taekyung stumbles upon a strange gaming capsule labeled ARC 2020 and takes the capsule back to his house. Its ominous warning reads, "If killed in the game, you die in real life." Exhausted and curious, Taekyung climbs inside, falling asleep, unknowingly starting a new chapter of his life. He wakes up in a foreign world, Murim, a land of martial arts and ancient traditions. To his shock, he finds himself in a bed, face to face with a woman who speaks a language he can't understand. Confusion sets in as he realizes this isn't just a dream. A mysterious system begins to guide him, assigning quests that could help him survive and grow stronger in this dangerous world. With no way out, Taekyung must rely on the system to navigate the challenges of Murim, where every quest could bring him closer to power. Can an underdog hunter rise to the challenge in a world of legends and danger? This is Murim Logan, where the game is life and the stakes are death. First up, Murim Logan. This one's a hidden gem. The MC is a hard-working underdog, and his sharp street smarts are on full display. I love how he taunts enemies with his wit, only to back it up with raw skill. The best part? The manhwa doesn't shy away from his struggles. He loses battles, goes through brutal training, and still keeps you hooked with grit and humor. I loved it. The world has fallen into chaos. Monsters pour out of mysterious gates, and humanity clings to survival. In the midst of this, one man stands apart, not as a hero, but as a con artist. Kwon Oh-jin isn't your typical protagonist. He's an orphan with a dark past, surviving by scamming the superpowered metahumans who protect humanity. But everything changes when one of his targets, Lee Shin-hyuk, dies in battle. Shin-hyuk was no ordinary metahuman. He was a regressor, sent back in time to stop a terrifying mastermind known as the Heavenly Demon. As Shin-hyuk falls, Oh-jin inherits Lyra's stigma, a celestial power tied to the stars, through the mysterious black heavens. But there's a dark twist. The Heavenly Demon that Shin-hyuk was hunting? It's Kwon Oh-jin himself, destined to rise in the future timeline and bring the world to its knees. Now armed with a power he barely understands, Oh-jin must decide. Will he embrace his destiny as the Heavenly Demon, or will he defy fate and rewrite his future? With gods, monsters, and metahumans in his way, the battle for his soul has only just begun. Can Kwon Oh-jin escape the shadow of his own dark future? Or is the path to destruction already set in stone? This is I Am Not the Regressor. Next up, I Am Not a Regressor. This one is an absolute roller coaster. The MC's quick thinking and stone-cold poker face are unmatched. When he's mistaken for a regressor, he lies his way through, playing the savior while staying true to his ruthless nature. Dark, clever, and filled with morally gray decisions. You'll never know what he'll do next. It's one of the most exciting, unpredictable rides you'll get into. A man wakes up, confused, surrounded by luxury. He stares at the ornate room and then the mirror. This isn't his face. Kim Rok-soo, an ordinary guy, wakes up in the body of Kale Henatus, the spoiled and reckless son of a filthy rich noble family. Kale's life is full of luxury and comfort, but there's a catch. He's a minor villain in the novel, The Birth of a Hero. Infamous for bar fights and bad decisions, Kale's future is doomed to chaos. Kim Rok-soo knows how this story unfolds. Choi Han, the novel's tragic hero, was a kind and pure soul until a mysterious organization destroyed his village, forcing him to kill for the first time. His grief transforms him into a powerful warrior destined to change the world. And now Kim Rok-soo, as Kale, is stuck in the middle of this story. But Kim Rock-soo has a plan. Using his knowledge of the novel, he's determined to rewrite his fate. His goal? To avoid disaster and live a quiet, peaceful life, enjoying the luxury of the Hennetus family. No heroics, no battles, just survival. But can he really escape the chaos of this world? This is Trash of the Count's Family, a story of survival, strategy, and rewriting fate. Now, Trash of the Count's Family, an absolute gem. The main lead's brilliance and sharp wit make him a standout. From political intrigue to fantasy creatures, the world building is fantastic. The plot keeps you hooked with one clever move after another. It's a unique mix of family drama, strategy, and epic battles. If you haven't checked this one out, trust me, it's worth your time. This gamer just did the impossible. He conquered Tower of Trials, the hardest game ever made. But his victory wasn't the end of the story. It was only the beginning. Jin-hyuk is a gaming legend, the only player to clear all 50 floors of Tower of Trials. For 11 grueling years, he memorized every trap, mastered every boss, and overcame impossible odds. But in real life, things aren't so legendary. He's broke, jobless, and seriously considering announcing his retirement from gaming. Before he can even make the announcement, it happens. The Tower of Trials appears in the real world, looming over the city like a nightmare. A system message flashes before humanity. Clear the next floor of the tower within 90 days or everyone dies. The game he thought he left behind has become a deadly reality. But Jin-hyuk isn't just another player. He's the only one who knows how the tower works. With his unmatched skills and encyclopedic knowledge of every floor, he's humanity's best and possibly last hope. The stakes: survive or perish. From gaming champion to humanity's savior, Jin-hyuk's real journey begins now. This is Max Level Newbie. Here's Max Level Newbie. It's another story with that classic game turns real vibe, but it stands out by keeping things fresh. It's charming and keeps the pacing tight. If you're a fan of systems and dungeons, this one's a solid, enjoyable read. It's fun, and although it follows familiar tropes, it adds enough of its own spin to keep things interesting. The year is 2023, and Earth is on the edge of annihilation. Humanity's last stand takes place in the BattleNet, a deadly arena where survival is the only victory. Sung Ji-han, a refugee and naturalized citizen, is no ordinary fighter. Armed with an SSS-ranked skill, Nameless Divine Arts, he accomplishes the impossible, slaying the world-ending behemoth on his own. But even in triumph, he's met with scorn and rejection. To his allies, he's still an outsider. The victory is short-lived. Humanity loses the war, and the planet is wiped from existence. But just when all hope seems lost, Ji-han's skill activates, resisting deletion itself. Against all odds, he's granted a second chance. Reborn in the year 2020, Ji-han finds himself at the start of it all. Armed with his unparalleled skill and memories of the future, he vows to change humanity's fate. No longer a victim of prejudice, no longer an overlooked hero. This time, he'll fight for everyone and win. With everything on the line, can he rewrite the destiny of a doomed world? This is the martial god who regressed back to level 2. If you're into level regression and epic battles, Martial God Regressed to Level 2 is definitely worth checking out. It's got a lot of the familiar tropes, OP skills, systems, and dungeon breaks, but it's surprisingly fun. The MC's versatile skills will keep you on your toes, and while the story is a bit predictable, it's still entertaining. Think solo leveling, but with a twist. A man wakes up in chaos. No memories, no name, just a military uniform and the burning question, who am I? As he tries to make sense of his surroundings, a voice suddenly speaks. Nice to meet you, Agent. I am your body-integrated combat support AI. Embedded in his body, this AI isn't just advanced. It's from the year 2082. Sent back in time, it's here to guide him through challenges he can't even imagine. But before he can understand any of it, disaster strikes. A traffic accident unfolds before his eyes. A civilian, gravely injured, bleeding out. The AI activates, projecting holographic instructions through an AR lens. With no medical tools and no memory of who he is, his instincts kick in. He commands the panicked crowd to gather makeshift tools, thread, needles, antiseptic. And against all odds, his hands move swiftly, performing emergency surgery with inhuman precision. But as the dust settles, something strange happens. His memories stay blank, yet his skills seem endless. With no past to guide him, the future becomes his battlefield. Is he a soldier, a savior, or something far more dangerous? One thing is certain. This man is a weapon, and the world isn't ready for what he's about to uncover. This is the story of a man who does everything perfectly, even when his own identity remains a mystery. A hero who is good at everything. Next, the hero who does everything perfectly. Fast-paced and full of surprises. The MC wakes up with no memory but is guided by a high-tech AI. Despite having no clue who he is, his skills are on point, and he handles some pretty bizarre situations. It's a quirky, unpredictable journey, and if you love AI-driven adventures, this one's a must-watch. This man stands amidst a battlefield of corpses, his breathing ragged, his fate sealed. He's Kim Tae-hyun, a porter, despised and powerless in a world ruled by strength. In this cruel society, survival is based on your awakening rank, a power granted only to the chosen few. Tae-hyun, he's unawakened, bullied, ignored, and barely scraping by. But today, he's the last one standing against an SS-ranked monster, Asmodeus, staring death in the face. As his life flashes before his eyes, a mysterious voice intervenes. I admire your tenacity. In that moment, Tae-hyun is granted a miracle, a chance to start over. He wakes up 9 years in the past in his younger body, with all his memories intact. Fueled by rage at the world that abandoned him, Tae-hyun vows to rewrite his story. No longer a helpless porter, he will rise to the top, crush his enemies, and seize the power he was denied. This is his second chance to become a king in his own right. Will he succeed, or will fate try to crush him again? This is regressing with the king's power. Lastly, regressing with the king's power. This one is full of twists and strategy. The MC is mature, using his future knowledge wisely. He's OP, but he doesn't have full control over his powers yet, which makes his journey all the more interesting. He's not just relying on brute force, he uses his experience and brains to win, even at the risk of his own life. The side characters are meaningful. The villain is a real threat, with a solid motive, and the mysterious organization adds extra tension. It's a fun binge with some unique elements in a familiar genre. So there you have it, 7 must-read manhwa that'll take you on unforgettable journeys. From underdogs to regressed kings, these stories will keep you on the edge of your seat. Which one are you picking up first? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this list. Subscribe for more epic manhwa breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next video.